Hello, I'm Mr. Lopez, and this is TGILGBTT, or thank God it's LGBT Tuesday, and today we're gonna talk about an LGBT icon, Iceman. So to talk about this character, I decided to make a series of 3 paintings in the style of Roy Lichtenstein, who was an artist, a pop artist, who used to work with key moments from comic strips, and he would make them into what's called pop art with really bright colors, and it was the use of something really common, a comic book, and capture that key moment. So I used 3 key moments from Iceman history to show what this is all about. Iceman is a superhero from Marvel, from X-Men, and he's been out with Marvel since the 1960s, since the first issue of X-Men. Now, he is a character that's been shown like for over 50 years now, and he is always being portrayed as a straight character until not that long ago, until I think it was 2014 or 2016, I can't remember, I have it somewhere around here. Now, that I remember when it first came out that Iceman was gay, some people were upset because they were changing history, but I personally like how they managed to do this. Marvel and superheroes are part of a really interesting world. You can bend the rules and you can change some things because of the powers that they have. Now, it's tricky to do this, so that's why we're gonna get into this, and hopefully it will make more sense for some of you. The first thing that I think it's really interesting about Bobby Drake, or Iceman, is that he grew up in a family with 2 religions. He was both Catholic and Jewish. And I remember watching the film where he tells his parents that he's a mutant, and the struggle that he has just to tell them that he's a mutant. And I think the important part of Iceman and the important part of superheroes is that they're metaphors of that help us relate and help us become more confident with who we are. They always have different things about our weirdnesses and things that make us unique and make us awesome somehow. And I think it was, for me, it was really moving, this scene I remember watching when Iceman tells his parents that he's a mutant, because you could see the struggle of coming out of the mutant closet, and how he is in an environment that it's hard enough because it's balancing 2 religions and balancing too many other aspects. So but for him to take this step first, just to admit that he was a mutant, it was a big deal. And this is an important part of his trajectory and his coming out later on as a gay man. Now, we need to understand that Bobby Drake started his Iceman's history starting in the 1960s, so it was a really different time. In a storyline, in 2015, something happened, I don't know exactly what happened, and they need to go back in time and bring some X-Men into the present. Between some of them are Bobby Drake, Iceman, and Jean Grey, and they bring them to the present, which is 2015. It's really different from the 1960s or 1970 something, where Bobby Drake will be 15, and when they're in this present in 2015, Bobby Drake realizes that being gay is not looked frowned upon like it was in the past. So there's this scene where he makes a comment about a girl, and then Jean Grey tells him, "Bobby, come on, don't like." And Bobby's like, what am I saying?" And she outs him. She tells him, "Bobby, I know you're gay," and Bobby is like, "What?" And he takes it on because it's 2015, and you know what? Yes, it's fine. I'm gay. That's it. So this is a key moment on Bobby Drake history, because in his original timelines he wasn't comfortable admitting to himself that he was gay, but when he's moved in time to 2015, he realized, you know what, it's fine, it's a whole new world and it's fine to be gay. And it takes Bobby a bit of time just to get the concept around his head. But then he's happy about it. He makes a joke about how he likes Angel. And then suddenly he realizes, okay, hold on. I am gay. So that means that my future self, old Bobby, has to be gay too. We're the same person. So he decides to confront older Bobby, and he speaks to him, and he's like, Bobby, old Bobby, what's going on? Like, I know I'm gay, so if I'm gay, you're gay too. And it's, I think it was a really emotive moment in the comics because you can see how older Bobby Drake can't hide this from himself. Like, it's the same person, so he can't hide it anymore. And there's a scene like you can see the tear dropping from his cheek, and he's coming to terms to it. And his reaction and his argument is like, it's hard enough to be a mutant. So yes, I'm gay, but I've been blocking it for so long because I don't want to have this burden, or I didn't want to have this burden for myself and for my parents. And then later on, I know there's a moment in the comic books that he actually tells his parents that he's gay, and it's a strange reaction. And I think because he's so much older, he can handle that reaction from his family. And it's something that maybe he wouldn't have been able to handle when he was younger. I think this is what I chose Iceman to be featured as one of our LGBT icons, because it talks about how different circumstances and it talks about how different settings change the way you're not only perceived but your trajectory as coming out, and the importance of choosing your time. It's difficult to come out. I'm come out, and I have a lot of friends who have, but each of them have their own story, and it is much better in 2015 than it was in 1970s, I'm sure. But it has to be at your own time, and that's why I think Bobby Drake and Iceman trajectory as a gay icon or as a LGBT icon is so important, because it talks about the progress that we've achieved with the LGBT community, and how much how more comfortable we are in our community. So I decided to use these 3 key moments of the comics, showing first how Bobby is kind of struggling with admitting to himself that he's gay. He's telling Jean Grey, no, don't, like, stop it, don't tell me. Like, with him, I think sometimes when you say something aloud, it becomes real. So he's trying to push this away. Then the second moment was when he realizes, you know what? Yes, I'm gay. Like, and it changed completely the story, the history of X-Men, and in this case Iceman, because it changed the trajectory of such an important character, and it gives a whole new arc to the character. And the third moment was when his old Bobby is explaining, like, you know what, yes, I'm gay, and I just didn't want to deal with it because of my context, which I think it's really valid. It's up to each of us to decide when to come out, or if we come out, and how. And there's so many things going on behind our lives and in our histories that doesn't matter. It's being comfortable with who you are, and it doesn't, like, it's your life, it's who you are, and be comfortable with yourself first and foremost. And that's it. If you ever want to come out, it's your decision. If you want to spend your life in the closet and then you feel comfortable, you can come out. If you don't want to, it's up to you too. And that's it. I'm Mr. Lopez for TGILGBTT, or thank God it's LGBT Tuesday. Thanks for watching.